Out with the old.
And in with the new, the legend.
Today we are putting through its paces the brand new Headspeed MP Legend.
Legend MP.
Legend MP versus its predecessor.
Yes.
The Legend MP.
Yes, with Djokovic's career almost at an end, it feels like these...
Whoa. Let's not tell the people. We know what we know.
Yes.
They don't know what we know.
They might well have pushed this new Headspeed out a little early in the Legend version to commemorate, commiserate, and celebrate Nole's successes.
When he wins the 25th at Aussie Open this January,
yeah.
These are going to sell like hot cakes.
Hot takes. He's not going to though, because he's going to lose in the semis to one of Sinner or Alcaraz again. It's going to be a very sad affair. Anyway, we've got the rackets. They are exactly the same in spec.
They're very, very similar in spec, but actually the swing weights are slightly different, which is an unusual change. The base mould is the same, string pattern is the same, static weight is the same, but swing weight slightly different, and a new technology, which we shall come on to.
That's the exciting bit. We have now got high bore.
What is high bore, Joe?
High bore is boron fibres in the throat of the racket. Now, for those that are really extra super nerdy and have already commented on another video, boron fibres, which is what the high bore is, have been used in tennis rackets before. Funny enough, by Head in the original Arthur Ashe.
Whoa! We should have put an Arthur Ashe behind us.
I know. Boron fibres. But it's the first time they've been used in the throat, and that's where they are in this new Speed Legend, and they are here to create stability.
Do you know how the boron and graphite fibres are laid and how that actually works?
I do.
Oh.
No, I did, and I said it in another video.
You have forgotten?
Yes. So, just a little snippet on high bore from Nerd Corner. In both frames we've got Auxetic 2.0. Obviously, that beautiful material expanding on swing, contracting on impact, making for a delicious feel that we've come to expect in the Head rackets. But most excitingly, we've got a new material, and this is called high bore. This is introducing boron as well as the carbon into the frame. Now, put my laptop down for a moment. The high bore is placed in the middle of the throat on both sides. So high bore is a state-of-the-art material. It is the first time that a racket manufacturer has put it in the throat. High bore is a combination of carbon and boron fibers. So the high is hybrid, very clever. The fibers interact structurally to give the material exceptional properties. By adjusting the spacing of the boron fibers in the matrix, the performance characteristics can be tailored to how the material needs to perform, as well as maximizing its compressional strength. Now, the compressional strength is the real detail, is the real bit that we want to get into. So what is compressional strength? Well, compressional strength, when a material resists deforming or falling under compression, it's said to have good compressional strength. When a tennis ball impacts with a racket, both tensile and compressional loads are applied to the structure. Carbon fibers resist the tensile load, while the boron fibers resist the compressional force. Together, both types of fiber giving the racket a feeling of stability as it impacts the ball. So we're looking for greater stability. Now, Head claim that it is going to give a perceived, strange way to put it, a perceived stability, power, control, and spin. So in their mind, this boron addition, this high bore fiber, the carbon and the boron interacting together, are going to give you everything, or a perception of everything added to the frame. There you go, nerds. It's now back to the studio.
So as always, when we're testing out new rackets, we go through a range of activities from warming up with them. We play some open points, we do some drills and some cross-court games, we chuck the serve in, practice some returns, all of that stuff to make sure we are as thorough as possible.
Yes, we're nothing if not thorough, Josh. We also make sure that the setups are as close as they can be. So in terms of string, we've got restring 0 in here at 50 pounds, strung at the same time by the same stringer, just this morning. So let's go, let's get on court.
We've been on court, I just told them that.
as you have just seen, we have just play tested the Legend versus its old.
Legend on legend.
Yes, exactly. Like.
Very good.
Like us. So, your first thoughts, Josh?
I really enjoyed both of them.
Yes.
So I hadn't used a Speed MP for a long time, let alone the Speed MP Legend, and I hadn't ever used the new version. I think you and Ben tested that when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it was my first use, and it's great.
Yeah.
The overarching feeling that I got was stability. And I liked the sort of firmness of the contact. I liked the feedback. You could get decent spin because it's 16-19 in both. Kind of comparing the two, I did prefer the newer one. I think it felt...
Oh, you're just trying to sell the new one, Josh.
Yeah, obviously. Actually, no, because we have old ones and new ones available. So.
Yes, we'd rather sell the old ones. Yeah, I think that so full disclosure, I don't really like Speed MPs, but...
Not good enough to use it.
Yeah,
it's something a bit stiffer.
Apparently.
Wider bodied.
But I do really like the addition of Highboy in the new one, and I think that what it does, I like a more stable racket, as Josh has sort of alluded to in a rather sort of mean-spirited way. But I like that stability, and you definitely get that. That's the major difference, I think.
I think you're just into tech. It's like, oh, I love Minilon, and you're next. And, oh, Highboy. You're just a sucker for the marketing.
No. I think that it is that stability. So I think especially returning serves, especially defending the extra stability, and around the net, all things that, well, I like to return serve, I like to be at the net, I end up defending a lot, and so I like that extra stability. And so for me, I much prefer this to the old version.
Yeah, so we alluded to it at the intro that there's a slight difference in swing weight, and this isn't an official change, but the newer version has a slightly higher swing weight, which actually, interesting, on serving wasn't so preferable,
yes.
A bit less manoeuvrable, but as you increase the speed of your shots, and the speed kind of clues in the name is for speedy players, speedy racket speed, you're already slinging it around, the new one had more stability and had more control.
Yes.
And therefore... less power.
Yes. As we do with verses, we're going to take you through some categories.
Ooh,
and the first one is always power.
Because it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The old one has more power.
Yes, it does. Yes,
marginally.
It does.
These are all marginal. They're very similar. They're the same mould, very similar spec, but if we had to choose between them...
Yes. Slightly less power in the new one.
Have I got the old one?
Yes. And therefore... more power in the old. In terms of spin, I can't separate them.
Yeah, I don't think that the string pattern does most of the work. Obviously, Zero is a spinny string anyway, and it was a delicious setup.
Yes, it is, yes.
On looks as well as playability.
Yes.
That's another story.
Tell us in the comments what you think would look better than the bright blue in the black frame.
It's a pH blue and a nice black
Yeah,
thing.
We'll tell you why you're wrong. It's very in keeping, actually, with the brand.
I'm here for it.
In terms of control, again, I think I would probably err on the side of the new one because of that stability and because of the broader range of control. So more control when defending, more control returning serve and at the net, I would say.
And also because of the firmer feel, you feel more connected to the ball, which whilst it's a feel thing, allows you to control the ball more as well, kind of.
Yes, and touching on feel there, Josh, I think, again, it might be a sort of preference. I think this, if you like that more stable, solid feel like I do, then I think you're probably going to prefer the new one.
Yep.
If you don't, if you like that, I don't know, what would you call it? Maybe slightly crisper? Slightly more
lively,
then perhaps the old one. But it's going to be a preference, much like a lot of these the new rackets, especially if they're adding comfort and or stability. It really comes down to personal preference. You think about Minilon or Exotic 2.0, stuff like that.
Loves tech.
Yeah, I do quite like tech. Yeah, it actually comes down to a personal preference on feel, really.
I think what will be the biggest thing for me is on the newer one, I think your string system will make a bigger difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then because of the new firmer feel of the actual frame, that you'll be able to change the playability and change how connected you feel based on the type of string and tension you use more so than the previous generation. If you put a power string in like Zero, it really responds well to it. Mm-hmm. Even if you put a control string in it, it would become like ultra controllable, and I think it allows for the string to sing.
Very good. And comfort. What do you think about comfort? I would go new one again, and I promise you we're not trying to sell rackets because we've got loads of the old ones that we want to sell.
Why did you people not buy the old one?
Maybe because I can't tell the difference between all the different ones. But.
I can tell the difference.
So I would go for that greater stability. To me, feels more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, when we were playing, I was kind of enjoying it quite a lot. I wasn't thinking too much about the categories, if I'm honest.
Great.
Comfort-wise, I don't know. I don't think I had a preference. I think a feel is firmer and maybe therefore more comfortable to me.
Yeah.
Not sure. Not a huge amount in it.
So as Josh says, it's got the whole shebang. We've got Exotic 2.0. We've also now got the high bore, and to me, it elevates the racket. To me, if I was going to choose, I would be choosing the new one. I would actually be choosing the Pro, but that's another video. But yes, I would be choosing the high bore because of the stability. I love it.
Yeah, so I think you have the Exotic delivering the comfort, and you have boron and the high bore composite with the graphite providing the stability and the firmer structure and therefore control.
Yes, exactly right. So overall, I would give it to the new one, but they are both
But what about
fantastic.
looks? Because I'm really leaning towards this one. I think it's really nice and black.
No, I'm leaning.
That one's not so nice and black.
I'm leaning towards this because I really like the gold detailing on there.
Yeah, but I really like the tiny grey bit there.
No, that's not so good. Look at the little gold accents are quite legendary.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did Djokovic win Olympic gold?
Yes, he did eventually. That's basically when he quit. He gave up after that. Anyway, let us know in the comments what you think if you've played with it. Maybe a different string setup that looks jazzier, although I don't think you'll find one. But as always, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis.
And as Joe alluded to, we do have stock of both, so if you want to get one of each to test it for yourselves, feel free.
Yes.